Welcome to CARICOMP Insider, where high-tech facial recognition meets real-world intelligence.
A California judge threw out a housing dispute case after discovering that the plaintiffs had submitted a deepfake of a real witness. The woman's voice was disjointed. Her face was fuzzy and emotionless. The evidence wasn't just weak. It was fabricated. That case isn't a warning about the future. It already happened. And it's part of a much bigger shift now moving through federal courts, one that changes what it means to prove something is real. If you've ever taken a photo, recorded a video on your phone, or been captured on someone else's camera, this story is about you. Because the rules for deciding whether digital evidence is authentic are being rewritten right now. Federal judges are no longer accepting bare claims that a piece of evidence is either real or fake. They want proof, documented, reproducible proof, before that evidence gets anywhere near a jury. A new proposed rule of evidence, known as Rule 707, would treat machine-generated evidence the same way courts treat expert testimony. It would have to be based on sufficient facts, produced through reliable methods, and applied correctly. That rule is open for public comment right now, with a final vote scheduled for May 7, 2026. So the question running through all of this is straightforward. If someone challenges a video or a photo as AI generated tomorrow, can the person who collected it actually prove it's real? Start with one courtroom in California. A witness appeared on video, except it wasn't really her. The face lacked natural expression. The audio didn't sync properly. The judge caught it and dismissed the case. That's one judge in one courtroom spotting one fake. Now scale that problem up. By last year, according to industry tracking, deepfake fraud attempts were happening every 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes. Courts aren't just worried about fake evidence sneaking in anymore. They're equally worried about something sneakier: people claiming real evidence is fake to get it thrown out. That tactic has a name. Legal experts call it the deepfake defense. And it's already being tried. In one case, Tesla's lawyers argued that a video from 2016 could have been a deepfake. The judge called that claim deeply troubling because it would let public figures dodge accountability just by waving at the possibility of AI manipulation. That means the same technology that can fabricate evidence can also be used as an excuse to erase it. For anyone who's ever been in a fender bender and pulled out their phone to record the damage, that should land hard. Your video might be perfectly real, and someone could still argue it's not. Federal courts are responding with a new framework built around burden shifting. It works in 2 steps. First, whoever claims evidence is fake has to actually show something to back that up, not just say, "It could be AI." If they clear that bar, the burden flips. Now the person who brought the evidence has to prove it's more likely authentic than not. That's a higher standard than courts have traditionally required for authentication. And it puts enormous pressure on whoever collected the evidence to document exactly how they verified it. Which brings us to the tools investigators actually use. A lot of deepfake detection software works like a black box. You feed in a video, and it spits out a confidence score, say 87% likely to be manipulated. But under the legal standards courts are now applying, including what's called Dober scrutiny, that number alone isn't enough. Daubert is the test federal courts use to decide whether scientific or technical evidence is reliable enough to be admitted. A confidence score with no explanation of how it was calculated won't survive that test. What courts want instead are explainable outputs. Heat maps showing where manipulation occurred. Scene-by-scene breakdowns. Audio spectrograms. Technique identification, meaning the tool doesn't just say fake, it says how and where. For someone building a court case, that's the difference between evidence that holds and evidence that collapses on cross-examination. For the rest of us, it means that even when the technology can spot a fake, proving it in a way that counts is a completely different problem. Legal teams are already adapting. According to analysis from Quinn Emanuel, one of the country's largest litigation firms, lawyers are building what amount to digital provenance investigations for every piece of electronic evidence. That means tracking where a file came from, how it was stored, whether it was altered at any point, and maintaining a chain of custody with enhanced documentation at every step. They're also bringing in technical experts earlier, not at trial but at the moment evidence is first collected. The shift isn't from bad detection to good detection. It's from can you spot the fake to can you prove your entire verification process is scientifically sound and independently reproducible. That's a different skill, and a lot of current workflows weren't built for it. Some legal scholars argue courts already have the tools to handle this, that deepfakes in actual courtrooms are still rare and the existing rules work fine. But that argument assumes the flood hasn't started yet. Fraud attempts every 5 minutes suggests otherwise. Waiting for the system to break before fixing it is a choice, and courts are deciding not to make it. So to bring this all the way home, federal judges are done accepting it's real or it's fake, without receipts. A new rule moving through the system would treat AI-generated evidence like expert testimony. It has to be reliable, documented, and reproducible. And the people most affected aren't just lawyers and investigators. It's anyone whose photo, video, or voice could end up as evidence in something they never saw coming. Whether you're building a case file or just recording your kid's soccer game, what counts as proof is changing underneath all of us. The full story's in the description if you want the deep dive.
Now you know something most people in this industry don't. Use it. And when you're ready to put it to work, caracomp.com. We'll see you tomorrow.